Hello everybody and welcome to I Teach You Bearings except I explain it like it's a conspiracy theory. Let's get going. Now this isn't like my usual videos. Usually I'm doing the ASMR, not this time. I'm changing it up. I'm breaking the system. I'm breaking out of my predetermined cages. So let's go. But first, I need to suit up. I need to get into character. I'm ready. This is literally me. Okay. So, what actually is a bearing? See, that's a good question. I get that one a lot. And by Google's definitions, a bearing is an angle measured clockwise from north. So, if you think about a circle, you got a circle, you're going from north, you're going clockwise all the way around. But, that's just Google's way of defining it. I think it's different, and I'm not crazy. What actually are bearings? I believe bearings were made by pirates and sea dwellers in ye olden days to trick people into letting them stay out at sea longer so they could get mischievous. Doesn't he look mischievous?
I'm scared.
See, I knew they were getting up to things. Back in the 1800s, you know how you got tales of people getting lost at sea for 30 years, and you hear about all the hardship they faced, how they faced the Kraken. No. They were having fun. They were partying it up. They were having so much fun without us. But how does that work? How can you trick someone with bearings? They're not that hard to understand. They wanted bearings to be as confusing as possible so they could fake being lost at sea, It's 1895. Your husband comes home. He's been lost for 20 years at sea. He's like, I'm sorry, I just didn't know how bearings worked. I couldn't find my way home. No! He was partying it up. He was with his crew. He was living the life out in sea. But no. He had to lie. He couldn't just invite everyone out on the ocean with him. He had to tell a fake story about how he got attacked by a kraken, and how the ship capsized, and how he washed up on Calypso's island, whatever. And it worked, It literally worked. They literally fooled everyone. They fooled us all. But don't worry, I'm debunking bearings. I'm proving that they could have gotten home earlier and safer. It did not take them 20 years to figure out how bearings worked. I'm going to teach you in 20 minutes. If this video is 20 minutes. See, they're actually not that confusing. We've got our compass here, from north. It's easy. It's not that hard. If we have an angle here, you see, all the way over here. If we measure from the top, like how bearings work, we measure from the top all the way down to where it ends, 120 degrees. This is a true bearing of 120 degrees. You see? And that's pretty simple. Oh, my hat. Ooh. Measuring from north, the angle is 120 degrees. See, but what if the angle doesn't start from true north? What if it starts somewhere over here, or somewhere down here? What do we do then? Because this is a 60-degree angle. So does that mean it's a bearing of 60 degrees? No! You measure from north. In all bearings, you have to measure from the tippy top point and go all the way down to down here. So that means that this true bearing, is 120 degrees. Because from the top, not from here. Going from the top. See, they couldn't figure that out in 20 years. That's crazy. The angle is 60 degrees, but the total bearing is 120 degrees. See, that's not difficult to understand. Cool, but how do we use this stuff to answer questions? A man walks 5 kilometers north, so 5 kilometers north, and then 3 kilometers east. What bearing should he walk to get home? So if he walks 5 kilometers up here, 3 kilometers over here, so he's over here now. So how does he get home? If he's facing north up here, then how far does he need to rotate to get to this angle here? How do you think we figure that out? Give me an idea. Give me the idea. Give me one. Okay, whatever. I think that we would measure this angle in here, because you see, this is 270 degrees. Minus this angle in here, we get our full bearing. So how do we do that, you reckon? How would we find x?
I don't know, man.
Well, we have our 3 kilometers here, which would be our adjacent angle, or adjacent to our angle. And we have 5 kilometers here, which is opposite to our angle. Do we have a trig law that can use opposite and adjacent?
I don't know, man.
I think we do. I think we can use tan, but not just any tan. You have to use inverse tan because we're finding an angle. So we use inverse tan to find x. Tan inverse 5 over 3, because 5 is our opposite and 3 is our adjacent. TOA, opposite over adjacent. Yeah. Which gives us 59.03 degrees. So this is our x. Our x is 59.03 degrees. So if we're following what we said earlier, it would be 270 minus, I'm just rounding it here, 59. 270 minus 59, what's that? Oh, 211. So that means if our guy's facing north up here, he needs to rotate 211 degrees to be facing the direction of home. See that? That's not difficult to understand. Surely if the pirates, the pioneers of their time, the sea dwellers, they could have figured that out in 20 years. See? Because it only took you 5 minutes, 10 minutes? It's not that difficult. This bozo has to turn 211 degrees from his position of facing north so he can go home. See? I did steal that from Joel Speranza. No, I do not care. Joel Speranza, if you're watching this, we have mad beef. Meet me in the car park.
Oh!
See, it's also simple. The pirates, they knew how to get home, but what did they do? They stayed at sea for 20 years. They stayed at sea for 20 years and they fooled all of us. They fooled us all. They fooled all of us when they could have been home 15 years earlier. This is conspiracy. I believe in this. I'm not crazy. You see, they could have figured it out earlier, but they didn't. They're right. I'm not crazy. He could have figured out the bearings. It didn't have to. What was that? Guys, I think someone's at my door. Ah!